What if your entire town lived inside a single building, and every night the only road out locked itself shut? Somewhere in America right now, there's a village with exactly one resident. She's the mayor. She's the bartender. She's the only vote that's ever needed. These are the 10 most isolated places in the United States, and some of them shouldn't exist at all. America has 10-lane highways and cities that never sleep. But scattered across its mountains, deserts, and Arctic coastline are places time and traffic forgot. Towns reachable only by mule, by boat, or by a tunnel that closes at night. This is what life looks like at the edge of the map. Some communities didn't just get small. They got small enough to fit inside a single building. Fact number 1, a town inside one building. In Whittier, Alaska, almost the entire population lives inside a single 14-story tower called Beach Towers. There's a post office, a grocery store, a church, and a police station, all under one roof. The only way in or out by land is a 2.5-mile tunnel shared with a railway, and it locks completely every night at 10:30. Fact number 2, the town with a population of 1. Monowai, Nebraska, is the only incorporated town in America with exactly one legal resident. Elsie Eiler is the mayor, the treasurer, the librarian, and the town's only taxpayer. She runs the tavern, pays herself for a liquor license as mayor, and keeps 3 streetlights running so the town technically still exists. For these 2 towns, a car is useless. Getting home means leaving the highway behind completely. Fact number 3, mail still arrives by mule. Supai, Arizona, sits at the bottom of the Grand Canyon and is the only place in the country where the U.S. mail is still delivered by mule train. There are no roads in or out. Residents and visitors reach it by an 8-mile hike, a helicopter, or on horseback, passing turquoise waterfalls most Americans will never see. Fact number 4, the last town connected by road. Boulder, Utah, was the last community in the continental United States to be connected to the rest of the country by a paved road, not gaining one until the 1940s. Before that, supplies came in by horse and mule pack train over a route locals still call the Hole-in-the-Rock Trail. Come winter, these towns don't just feel remote. They become unreachable. Fact number 5, a ghost town name with a bushplane winter. Chicken, Alaska, got its unusual name because its founders couldn't agree how to spell ptarmigan, the local bird, so they picked something simpler. In winter, the only road encloses completely, leaving its handful of year-round residents dependent entirely on stockpiled supplies and bush planes until spring thaw. Fact number 6, the village surrounded by polar bears. Kaktovik sits on Alaska's northern coast, over 140 miles from the next town, and shares its shoreline with one of the highest concentrations of polar bears on Earth. Residents have called the region home for an estimated 11,000 years. Watching bears gather each fall to feed on whale remains just outside town. These 2 towns don't just feel far away. Geographers actually measure isolation, and these places top the charts. Fact number 7, 2 months without a sunrise. Ukqiavik, formerly known as Barrow, is the northernmost town in North America. Temperatures regularly plunge below -20 degrees Fahrenheit, and the town experiences roughly 2 months of total winter darkness each year, when the sun simply doesn't rise above the horizon at all. Fact number 8, officially the most isolated town in the lower 48. Researchers at Oxford's Big Data Institute set out to measure isolation not just by distance, but by actual travel time and crowned Glasgow, Montana, the most remote town in the continental United States. It sits roughly 4.5 hours by car from the nearest city, out on the open northern prairie. Out in the high desert, isolation doesn't come from snow or canyons. It comes from sheer, silent, empty space. Fact number 9, nicknamed the Big Quiet, Oahe sits on the Nevada-Idaho border, nearly 72 miles from the nearest developed community. The surrounding half-million-acre desert is nicknamed the Big Quiet by locals, and it contains mountain peaks so remote that many of them have never once been climbed by anyone on record. Fact number 10, one gas station, 39 miles from anywhere. Silver Lake, Oregon, is home to roughly 150 people and sits about 39 miles from the nearest other town. Founded in the late 1800s, It still runs on a single gas station and a small handful of local businesses, surrounded by high desert that stretches out in every direction. 10 towns, 1 country, and every single one of them proves how much empty space is still hiding in America. So tell me, which of these places would you actually want to live in, and which one would you never last a single winter in? Put your answer in the comments. I actually read every one of them.